Walk and talk video through what looks like a cloudy lens. Anyway, yeah, power has been out, which is always unpleasant. And yeah, I guess video with a weather report again has been strange. Tornado watches in February, kind of bizarre. Oh, the whole path here is washed out. Really amazingly aggressive storm last night. Yeah, so not a great night, or morning for that matter. But, you know, hi ho, hi ho. We must do what we can. So I really didn't have no internets to inspire me. I did see a while ago a video by something vegan, British chick. Anyway, she was talking about low levels of male hormone in men, or this whole argument of men becoming less whatever, people becoming less peoply. But anyway, and she used the word I hate, epigenetics, as if that was part of the cause or something. Apparently it's part of the feminism debate, is something to do with emasculating maleness or something. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not even sure you can trust these people. Because of what they blame things. I heard they're blaming Scalia's death on smoking, which is rather hilarious. But anyway, so who knows? You test a bunch of people in hospitals and you find out they haven't got great chemistry. That might not be a surprise. But anyway, regardless of the integrity of the science of it, let's just assume or accept that the average male, present company excluded, has got some sort of hormone problem. It would be women's fault, kind of obviously. They have the babies, and that's where this whole epigenetics thing comes in, because that whole part of your genetic code is purely female. I mean, there is no male contribution to any of the hardware of the cell. But I don't think it's been. It's another one of these sciences where they're making a science where there is no science, and another reason just to really hate what's happened to science. Science has lost its balls. They become unicorn chasing sissies. So maybe science ought to have its blood tested, and we can see what kind of childlike fairy creatures they've turned into. But anyway, epigenetics is just the cell hardware, really, and you can't inherit anything useful out of it. It just doesn't evolve the same way. And all you can do is damage it. I mean, women are born with eggs. They don't take good care of them. Yeah, they'll be shitty. They'll go shitty. That's about it. And if you're going to argue that this male problem is somehow related to this female issue, it's kind of hard to make that argument. I would think some of these male issues would be just on the male chromosome anyway, something the woman doesn't carry. So, it's not much of a subject in my opinion. Yeah, not much a place to blame. But the idea of, what makes a survivable human is a more interesting subject. What have we been conditioned to be? And I certainly would argue that you could imagine that men who are aggressively male, in the sense that they are, firmly male, they really I wouldn't tend to think they would have much interest in making babies. So the invention of the condom would be like, oh yeah, game on. And so I would imagine that a male who's, who enjoys his maleness, let's say, and has any kind of brains at all, is going to figure out that he don't want his bitches pregnant. Ain't good. Ain't good for his maleness. Ain't good for any part of being a rogue, so to speak, a pirate. Just liabilities. Pooh. Pooh. Anyway, this lens really is fucked up. Weather change, I suppose. To blame something. I go to all the trouble to glue it back on, and guess I glued it on with some water in there. So this video might just be an absolute waste of time. Yes. Great. Been there, done that. Kind of out of breath anyway. Really has been a rough start to the day. So, where was I? Yeah, so women make all these choices, though. I mean, women are the one who choose the males that will, and they do the baby making. So, in a sense, yeah, it's all on them. In that sense. And I guess I would argue that there's plenty of reason to think that a male who's, tense with his maleness, is probably going to find life in civilization very difficult and isn't going to thrive. Fuck a lot and die. But yeah, I just don't. So I think that might have something to do with it. But I haven't done any looking at this research. Don't know whether this is a civilization problem or just a total all males everywhere, or what could just be diet. Testosterone is just another steroid, and if your body's getting a bunch of it from the environment in your food, then maybe it's not going to bother producing it. It's already getting enough steroids, from the diet. It could be all kinds of things like that. So, I'm not saying it's not a subject for some people who might give a damn, but yeah, I just don't see much chance that it has anything to do with epigenetics. That's just a reach. The fundamental research on that subject is basically just figuring out that stress, dramatic physical stress like starvation, will deteriorate, a woman's eggs. She'll break them, and her prodigy will not fare well for the damage. Question of whether it's permanent damage is an interesting subject, because I don't know how many generations they've traced it. So it might only damage, hard to say. I guess it would be permanent damage. So, yeah, but then as soon as you cross with another bloodline, you'll fix it. So the males of broken women, broken eggs, would probably do okay, because the female would fix the broken epigenetics. Again, it's a female carried trait, and so men don't have much to do with it. So now back to the bigger subject of the whole thing that people don't give this any thought. This whole what's going to be the survivability of my child kind of thing. They just don't seem to think about it. Consider the fact that oh shit. Oh shit. What to do? Step in the water or jump? Really not a very good jumper lately, but we'll go for it. It's more like a leap. Oh fuck that. What boot leaks more? I mean, if I miss, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna fall down. Yeah. I got a heavy backpack. Ooh, I missed anyway. Ooh. Yeah, ooh. Leaning. Recovered. Backpack's weighted unevenly, see, so I'll blame that. It's usually my superior male agility would have saved me, but it didn't. Yeah, sorry, it's a lot of noises. Streams, I guess. Yeah, they're making noise. So do I have anything? Yeah, people just don't consider. Just think about, well, how did everybody in my family die, and how did they live, and what kind of diseases did they have, and they just don't seem to give a shit. And that just really, it's really irritating that people are so reckless, and they don't even think about their own history and how much, whether they've been miraculously saved by medicine. It's like I know a few people who've, women who've had cancer and then had a baby, and you're just like, you can't see how that's pretty much insane. You've just, you've been thoroughly given an example of how you're genetically pretty fucking weak. You got cancer and you weren't even working at a chemical plant or nothing. And, here you are going to impose that risk on your kid and force them to get cancer and get therapy and all that shit. And you got all these people get, augmentation surgery of some kind, and then have kids. It's like, well, you didn't like the way you looked. Why do you think your kid's going to like the way you look? Because your kid's going to look how you used to look. Newsflash. I mean, it's just so dumb. But yeah, the world's just full of dumb people. Hard number. The percentage of dumb people is just, and the not dumb people are crazy. So yeah, it's not good. Yeah, smart people are crazy, and the dumb people are dumb, and it doesn't leave you with much to salvage here. Much hope of, well, I guess the hope is dumb and crazy probably will find a way to snuff it. Do something catastrophically dumb and crazy. Speaking of the weather, yeah, we've made all new kind of weather. I mean, it really was 75 degrees last night. In February, outside my house. Yeah, just incredibly bizarre. Incredibly, well, bizarre would have been enough of a word, I suppose. I wonder if these people are all powerless. Hard to tell. Yeah, I don't see anything. But anyway, no cars here. Strange. People are always parked here. That's all. That's why I said it's strange, because people are always parked here. I don't know whether they're ever parked here for a good reason, but they always seem to be. Nice brown water. There's some more snow. Still there. Kind of surprising. All that black stuff on it, and it's still there. And so anyway, lost one of my gloves the other day, and I forgot to look for it. So I was walking, probably washed into the stream, and is now enjoying an Atlantic cruise. Yep, heading for Barbados. Yeah, Barbados. Yeah. That's my vision of the island of death. That's where you go when you're done. You go to Barbados. Yeah. Sounds like a good place to go when you're all done. It sounds quiet there. Yeah. I think so. So, this is about it. Not much to add. Yeah, so people really are dumb. They don't give their kids much consideration. They just impose the horror and say, no, I had to deal with it, you deal with it. Yeah, like that makes sense. Not. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else. Yeah, no, it's probably suitable for framing as a video. Draw a box around it and such, and equalize the forces, and yeah, I think that's really enough. I'll let you go, and so till the next time. It's really lovely here when it's not horrid. Yeah. So till next time. See if I can remember which way I came up this way. See if I can find my glove. Back. Anyway, till next time.